Good morning, everyone. This is Jirbie, your certified aromatherapist, graduate of New York Institute of Aromatic Studies, and for today, you're up for another episode of Live Well with Aromatherapist, Jirbie Ko. So for today's episode, it's another request from one of my students, Sherry, and she wanted me to talk about my top 10 single essential oils and top 10 essential oil blends. Now, I'm gonna cut this a little short. I'm gonna be sharing with you my top 8 for each. So let's start with my top 8 singles. Alright, I'm not going to be talking about my known favorites like ilang-ilang. I'm going to be sharing with you an updated version of my favorites. So let's start with the singles. First off, I'm really loving Balsam Fir. So I'm going to be sniffing through the episode, and hopefully you have some of these oils and you can sniff with me. Alright? Oh, so gorgeous. I really love Balsam Fir or ABS balsamea. This has a sweeter tinge of a conifer, and I'm actually very surprised when I first opened it and I first took a whiff of the bottle. I was surprised of the sweetness that it carried. I was expecting all the conifers to smell a lot similar, like it smells leafy, their leaves, their needles. It smells like grass and forest. But with this, I was really honestly very surprised and delighted. It smells sweet, probably the sweetest conifer that I've ever experienced. So if you have a chance to get your hands on Balsam Fir, the one that I have now is from Plant Therapy. You can basically check them out, try them out. It's really good. Next, I've been really loving Yuzu, and I have included this in my last perfume making class. In fact, I discovered this through one of our sniff sessions. If you are curious on what sniff sesh is, or if you've never ever joined us in that series of monthly essential oil appreciation session, you can just check out my link tree. That's linktr.ee/couchwasabi and sign up for our latest sniff sesh episode. And we normally tackle 3 essential oils, and for June we are planning to tackle hydrosols next. So let's go back to Yuzu. I really love Yuzu. As you may or may not know, I really love citrus smell. I am so much into citruses, and when I tried Yuzu, it's one of the more expensive citruses simply because I guess the yield or the fruit itself is not that common. Yuzu is normally harnessed or harvested from, I think, Northeast Asia. So that's your China or Japan, perhaps Korea, they have Yuzu. In the Philippines, they don't. So this was kind of foreign for me, but I really love it. It's sort of a cross between your lemon and your lime. It's not sweet, so it's a little citrusy, zingy, but it's very pleasant. Number 3 on my list is vanilla, and I tend to like Plant Therapy's Vanilla Botanical Extract versus Young Living's Vanilla Oleo Resin, because Plant Therapy's Vanilla Botanical Extract is actually very sweet. So much like when you enter a confectionery store, like a bakery or a baking goods store, it smells like that. And with this blends well with my regular sweet orange, with my regular ilang-ilang, which has always been like one of my favorite essential oil blends, a no-brainer blend for me. I get my sweet orange, I get my ilang-ilang, and I put a little dash of vanilla botanical extract from Plant Therapy, and it smells like bomb. Alright? Number 4, as I've shared with you, I really love citruses, and I tend to gravitate towards the likes of sweet orange, or tangerine, or red mandarin. This is a basic oil that most of us would have, and what's nice about this oil is that it's not phototoxic. So it's one of the few citrus essential oils that are not afraid of the sun. You won't really get dermal burning when you use essential oil of the sweet orange if you plan to be out in the sun. So it has a very sweet, embracing note. It's very uplifting, but it's not zingy as your lemons and your limes. It's very sweet, and I love it. Okay, number 5, another sweet oil. You may realize that I really love sweet notes, obviously, and citrus notes. So, my 5th favorite essential oil is actually from Zelaroma's basil. Now, Zelaroma's basil is actually sweet basil. It's not holy basil or tulsi. This is Ocimum basilicum, and I really love basil because it has a very nice, I don't know, uplifting note into it. One of the benefits of basil essential oils, it helps you relax, and at the same time it also opens up your cognitive function, makes you focus, helps you like clear your mind and all those things. So I really love basil, sweet basil more specifically. Okay, number 6, I love Young Living's Idaho Blue Spruce. Like, there are different kinds of spruces, of course, but specifically I've been in love with Young Living's Idaho Blue Spruce. It's Picea pungens or Idaho Blue Spruce. This is one of the oils that's always hard to find from Young Living's catalog. It gets sold out so easily, so fast. So whenever you can, please like get your hands on this. It's really good. It's very masculine. It's not over empowering. It's a really nice mix in your collection, honestly. And I've been loving this, especially when I want to put on something that's a little bit androgynous. This mixes well with your other conifers, so I would think that this would mix well with your balsam fir. Maybe you can put in a little of the resinous ones like your frankincense or your elemi, and it would be amazing. Okay? Number 7, I really love CDL's Dalandan. I mean, it's one of those oils that will always be one of my favorites, and I would always make sure that I have it in my arsenal. I have like 4 bottles of this, especially when they go on sale. I really splurge and buy a lot of Dalandan, and it's just very nice to have an oil that's truly uniquely local, truly uniquely Filipino, and that's Dalandan. It's sweet, not as sweet as your sweet orange, but Dalandan is sort of a cross between your lime, I think, and your sweet orange. So it's color green on its peel, but the inside is orange. So the sweetness is there, and I would assume that Dalandan is also not phototoxic. So if you have the chance to get your hands on CDL's products, check out Dalandan. It's my highest recommended oil. Okay, number 8. I really love Young Living's jasmine. I've tried other jasmine oils from other brands, like for example, I've tried Plant Therapy's jasmine, and it's not the same as Young Living's jasmine. Oh, it's so good. It smells so glorious. It smells so tita, but it smells amazing. It's very floral and a little bit heady. I would say it's similar to ilang ilang, but not as sweet as ilang ilang. It has a very powdery scent, but still very heady. So you would need a little, like the amount that you need for this to shine through in your blend is so much little as compared to your other floral oils, like let's say your lavenders, or I would say your nerolis. My Young Living jasmine is always on top of my list. Okay? And number 9, sorry, I just had to include this, but number 9, my last in the list, I know I mentioned that I will only share with you top 8, but I can't deny, since I already mentioned Young Living's jasmine, another Young Living oil that you should check out is Young Living's Palo Santo. And this is another oil that I've tried across brands. Like I've tried Plant Therapy's Palo Santo, but it's not the same, I swear. Young Living's Palo Santo is so much more fragrant than Plant Therapy's Palo Santo. I'm not sure if I've tried comparing them on the video on my YouTube channel, but believe me, if you have like points in your Young Living account, put aside for your Palo Santo and for your jasmine. Those two are like the most worthy essential oils that you should get your hands on. Alright, so let's all move on to my top 10 blends. Let's start off with my favorite of all time, and I would always recommend this to any mother. It's Plant Therapy's Christmas Tree. So Plant Therapy's Christmas Tree is basically composed of oils that are supportive to your respiratory health, and it's kid safe. So that's the reason why I recommend this to a lot of my mom listeners, a lot of my essential oil students. Like if you need something to support your child's respiratory function, if like they are having congestion or coughing, you can always check out Plant Therapy's Christmas Tree. And they sometimes go on sale, especially like around March or around February. It's up on sale and you can always get a lot of those and like put it in your reserves. Number 2, my favorite again of all time, Young Living's Breathe Again. I buy this because this is the only blend that really works and works fast. Let me just take a whiff. Oh, so good. It's really strong. So this is not appropriate for kids below 9, I would say. It's made up of a lot of really strong eucalyptus oils. In fact, when I use it, and I guess because my tolerance is really big compared to most, this really works well for me. It is composed of 5 pretty strong eucalyptus oils, different eucalyptus oils, and so it works so well with my allergic rhinitis. Whenever I feel that I'm having difficulty in breathing, side note, if you guys don't know, I rescue cats and I have a lot of cats in my house. We have more than 50 cats in our house, and in my room alone I have 13 cats who sleep with me, and sometimes I get my bouts of asthma and allergic rhinitis. I would have to sleep with my face mask on, and I normally put a drop of this Young Living Breathe in my mask for me to sleep, for me to breathe better, honestly. There are times that I know I'm having a difficulty in breathing. I would use my pulse oximeter and it would register at around 92 or 93 or 94, which is like very low for normal. I'll just put a drop of this Young Living Breathe Again on my face mask and, do a couple of huge inhales and exhales, and after a couple of seconds I'm totally okay. So that's why I really love this. Next, of course, on my list is my very own Caticorn Dreams Moonchild. Now I've been, I would say, dependent on Young Living's Progestance Plus for about a year, until I got my routinary checkup and found myself that my levels for reproductive female health is already in the safe range. So since then, I've stopped using Young Living's Progestance and I've used my very own Caticorn Dreams Moonchild to support my female reproductive health. So if you guys have PCOS, you can check out my Caticorn Dreams Moonchild. Just message us at Caticorn Dreams on Instagram. Okay? So number 4, another one from my very own Caticorn Dreams Relief Blend. Now, I really love this and I created it specifically for people like me who are suffering from rheumatoid arthritis or rheumatism. And the key ingredient here is actually blue tansy. So it helps with inflammation. It helps relieve. That's why it's called Caticorn Dreams Relieve. It helps relieve your aches and pains while not being minty, because I know most of the other pain relieving oil would be minty. Like they would always contain wintergreen, they would always contain, I would say, mints. So this blend is actually non-minty. It's more targeting your anti-inflammatory aside from being minty. So you can check that out. It's also available on our Shopee. That's shopee.ph/Caticorn Dreams. Alright, so number 5, and I just want to mention this. I've been really loving Pili Ani's Sweet Dreams. Like, since being introduced to Pili Ani and since trying out their blends, I've been really gravitated to use my Sweet Dreams blend. And I find it really amazing that Pili Ani used basil in their Sweet Dreams blend. Because normally, like when you check all the other brands, when you check their, for example, sleep aid or any blend that would help lull you to sleep, it would always contain similar things like lavender or other sedating oils like sweet orange, or perhaps you can see ilang ilang there, because ilang ilang is also a known sedative. But what's really unique about Pili Ani's Sweet Dreams blend is that it has basil, and that's really amazing because, as I've mentioned earlier, I really love sweet basil, and I just find it very amusing and delighting to have basil in a sleep blend. And this is one of their best-selling oils, aside from the uplifting one. This Sweet Dreams blend is one of their top sellers, so you can check it out. It's available on their website. Alright, so number 6, my other favorite from Young Living is their Deep Relief blend. Now I actually have Deep Relief in its pure essential oil form, and I really love this. In fact, I love Panaway as well, but in those days that I don't really like the strength of wintergreen, I love Deep Relief. Deep Relief is more minty. It has more of that peppermint versus Panaway's strong wintergreen aroma. I'm not sure if you've tried this, but that is how I can differentiate them from each other. Again, I also use this when I'm having my bouts of rheumatism, and it's really good pain relieving oil. It's basically made up of peppermint, of lemon, balsam Canada, clove, balsam copaiba, and you don't really have wintergreen here, so it's really cool. If you have like time to get your hands on this, even if it's just the essential oil blend form. I know the essential oil blend or the roller blend form is normally available in all catalogs across regions, but the essential oil form is not really available in the US catalog nor in the Philippine catalog. But I normally get this from the US catalog. Sometimes when the US catalog is in promo, they carry this, but this is a mainstay of the Canadian catalog. So if you want to get your hands on this, go find someone from Young Living Canada. Alright, so yeah, this is one of my favorite oils from Young Living, all-time favorite. Okay, and another favorite oil from Young Living, my number 7, is Young Living's Amorescence. Now, Young Living's Amorescence is another oil that's also a special edition. You don't really get this from their regular catalog. The only reason that I have this is because my upline, my enroller, was able to secure some for me. And this is only available through the beauty school. So I'm not sure if the beauty school still runs, even if it's the pandemic. So what is the beauty school? Young Living's beauty school is basically a yearly program where you can attend. I think in Utah, I'm not so sure, but it's a yearly program where girls can attend and visit the Young Living office in person. And I think there's a tour or something, and there are beauty classes, like ways on how you can use essential oils with your beauty regimen. That's why it's called beauty school. And only then and there that you can purchase this Young Living Amorescence. It's limited edition. It's not really available on the catalog ever, so it's only available if you attend the beauty school. And I really love this. I have been holding on to this for the past 3 years, I think, since 2018 or 2019, I'm not so sure. Oh, so good. It smells super tita. For those of you who are listening from abroad, outside the Philippines, when you say very tita, it's very auntie. It's very old millennial. So good, so good. It smells like a bunch of floral flowers. I would say it's similar to Chanel number 5. Maybe better. It's sweeter than Chanel number 5. I would choose this over Chanel number 5. A lot of girls I know use their Amore Essence as a perfume because it smells so good. And I don't normally like floral notes. I've always felt that people who wear floral scents tend to reveal their age. It sort of dates them, it dates people. And so I've long stayed away from floral notes, but Amore Essence is just not one of them. I am really drawn towards Amore Essence, not just because it's limited edition, but it really smells amazing. It's a bunch of floral notes, which includes, let me check the labels. Oh my god, it has Idaho Blue Spruce, it has vetiver, it has jasmine, my favorite, it has Davana, Ocetea, and my other favorite, Ilang Ilang. That's why I really love this, because it has a lot of my favorite oils like Blue Spruce, Idaho Blue Spruce, jasmine, Ilang Ilang. Davana is also a nice oil, but I have Davana in plant therapy. I'm not really into it. We featured it also in one of my past sniff sesh episodes. Not really one of my favorites. Ocetea, I've never really smelled this or experienced this on its own. And vetiver, I think it's there to help ground the entire blend together, or bring the entire blend together, or anchor the blend for longer. That's why it's very heady, because of the grounding oil. So if you have the chance to get your hands on Young Living's Amore Essence, or if you have friends who is attending the beauty school of Young Living, maybe you can ask them to get you a bottle or pass by you a bottle and you can experience it. Believe me, it's really, really nice. And finally, number 8 goes to Rocky Mountain Oil's Candy Cane. Let me just get that, because it's one of my favorite and it's a mainstay in my bathroom, honestly. And I've had this for years now. In fact, it's one of the oils from Rocky Mountain Oil that I've had for a while now. Even the label is so dated, it's so old. And basically, this is an oil that's comprised of peppermint, orange, lavender, and vanilla. It's very festive. So good. It's very minty. It's basically like a candy cane. So it's minty, it's a little sweet because of the sweet orange, because of the vanilla. But overall, it's something that I really love using. Like when I want to perk myself up in the morning, when I want to convert my day into a perfect day, when I just want to start my day on a good note, I diffuse this. And I'm about to run out. I'm about to replenish this oil, but it's really good. So you can check out Rocky Mountain Oils. You can check out Candy Cane. It's really good. I'm not so sure. I would believe that plant therapy has something similar, but this one from Rocky Mountain Oil is really solid. I've been diffusing this, especially lately when I wake up with congestion. I just normally put this in my diffuser, add a little more vanilla because I want something sweet to start my day, and sometimes I also add spearmint and diffuse it, and it smells so good. My congestion instantly gets relieved. So there you are. Those are my top 8 singles and top 8 blends. I know I mentioned 9 singles, but you can't really do away with Young Living's Palo Santo. It's one of the best oils out there. Alright, so if you've enjoyed this episode, don't forget to rate this episode. Don't forget to follow me on Spotify and follow me on my Instagram. That's at Jalian85. And I hope to see you on my next Live Well with Aromatherapist, Jirbie ko. Bye! Okay, so I guess that's all for today. If you have any other ideas or questions or topics that you'd want me to cover in my future podcast episodes, don't forget to shoot me an email at couchwasabi@outlook.com or slip me a DM on my Instagram at Jalian85. And I hope to see you on my next Live Well with Aromatherapist, Jirbie ko.